Grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Take a breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. Behave. Take your breath. Come on. Lift and pour. You can do it. Move your body. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on, drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on, drink it. Lift and drink it. Come on. Drink that health in. Drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Lift it. Move your body. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink. Drink your water. Drink. Come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink. What? Drink your water. Drink. Drink your water. Oh man, family, I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, to the home of the stubborn minority, to the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Brother Hatim. Of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simba production. Speaking of a Heart of a Simba, this week I was blessed to be able to go and attend a meeting in Indiana. Was able to sit around a table, other committed black men to Simba Nation, right? Representing tribe, man, it Well, good. And of course, you know I am here to do only one thing and one thing only, and that is to blow up your old paradigm. Anime, are you in the house, girl? Are you in the house? Anime is in the house. Family, we are about to lift up and we're about to toast our ancestors. I am winding down in my course as far as the Gye-Nyame Journey in Saba Challenge e-course. And I'm going to be starting over because it grounds me because in the morning I start my day. When I get to my adventure, right, I try to get there a little bit early so I got at least 10 minutes so that I could plug into the culture and family. It's so important for each of us that's on this path, regardless of how you're on the path. Plug in to your stuff. Plug in to your culture. Plug in to your family. Plug in to our family. Listen to me. Like I said, we started doing this once a week, right? Because we used to do it every day, and I will admit I do miss doing it every day, but the time, you know what I'm saying, is not there because we have not been able to build up the support that's needed for it to be every day. But you can go on and replay this when you need it, whether it's before bed, whether it's when you rise in the morning, because we're toasting the magnificent week of Kujichagulia. Man, we are in Kujichagulia, and this is the last cycle of the year. We are going into we are in Kwanzaa season. So with Kwanzaa season, what I'm gonna do, because I had the early bird special. Early bird special was over on 9:20. No, was it? No, yeah, 10:20. It was over on 10:20. So coming up in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be throwing out an offer. It's gonna be a 50% off Gye-Nyame Journey and Saba Challenge e-course. 50% off. So go on and make sure you get it. Check it out. Go through the lessons. I'm telling you, it's a life changer. Now, let's get to what you came here for. You didn't come here to talk or to rant because we got a different thing for that. As a matter of fact, tune in and check us out. Gye-Nyame Journey, keep up because I've been posting up shows. It'll be about 5 minutes. Actually, I would say between 5 and 8 minutes. If I average it out. Where I'm talking about my experience of going through the e-course. So I'm going to start the e-course over again, and I'm working on a part 2 because I want to go a little bit more in depth because we didn't get into Warrior's Handbook. We didn't get into Freedom Within Limits. Didn't get into a lot of the myths. We got into some of the myths. We didn't get into a lot of the myths of Gye-Nyame, the stories that help build and fortify this because I want to make sure that those of you that's trying to build tribe, you understand the importance of story. Story shaped the world, family. Story shaped the world. And the key question I want everybody that's in Gye-Nyame answer for themselves. And we need to sit down. After you answer for yourself, we need to answer as a tribe. What is the story? What is the story that we are living out? All right, now, time for us to go on and do the toast. Nah, Cleve ain't started making no new ambrosia, but look, in our bottles, we done had this ambrosia so long, it started making scobies. So we got some scobies. I'm gonna have to break some bottles, and we got some scobies that if those some people out there, especially that's local, you know, especially those that's in Gye-Nyame family, if you want to start brewing your own ambrosia, we got scobies. So we can help you go on and start learning how to brew. Get your own ambrosia. Come up with some of your own flavors because, like, you know, since I'm chilling and Cleve is taking over, if he chooses to, you know, I'm trying right now while he's still, you know, in the early years, I'm trying to boom, you need to do this, right? But if you don't take interest, I'm gonna have to pass on the skill of making
that sacred drink, ambrosia, somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And let's go and do a business. I just don't have the time to do this. I'm between streaming and between working at the adventure and trying to do the e-courses and trying to see more e-books and trying to help other people learn how to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the time that I used to have to be able to do it. So, I want to pass it. All right? All right. So, we're about to do this toast. Anime, you ready? Oh, she went into the... She don't like... I call her that. She went into the Thunderbird mode. She don't like that. She said that's derogatory. But anyway... So let's go and let's get this toast popping off officially. We are in the week of Kujichagulia. I want to say great Kuji to all of you Kuji babies. This is your week. And in this week, when your day is going to be extra powerful, shit is going to happen for you. And this is for everybody. When we going through and it's your week, on your day, the power is magnified. Take advantage of it. All right, so here we go. All right, first off, lifting up the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass, we salute that creator, and we say the words of power, at least in our tribe. I don't know what the words of power in your tribe is, but you go and say us and join us and say your word of power. But in our tribe, we say Ashe. And it's important every day to recognize that creator force, whatever you call that creator, right? Recognize it consciously because we know the creator's all around us. The creator made all of this around us, and we just want to be conscious of that. Isn't that right? Ain't that right, Anime? I think she was mad because I called her a Thunderbird. Don't say that, no. So here we go. Moving on, family, we're going to lift up our personal ancestors as we do. This is why you here. Those of you that want to get your ancestors on the list, join our email list by going to freegnjecourse.com. Over on the right, there's a little thing for your email. Type your email in, join the email list, and also you get a sample of our e-course, the stuff that we do, the work that we do. You know what I'm saying? And also, you'll be able to get emails, get updates, get special offers, and then also, you know what I'm saying? Those of you that's like, look, Brother Hatim, I don't want to do the course. I just want to help support y'all. You can go to GNJmedia.support, GNJmedia.support. You can help support some of the things that we're doing. And like I said, because realize, like I said, we try to do the camping trips for the young people as well as some of the old people. We're trying to help support Simba and their efforts. Hell, I mean, ultimate goal is to raise enough money so that we can buy the school, right? So that we can relieve the school of that financial pressure of that mortgage. We able to, you know what I'm saying? Boom, we could buy that, right? So then we don't have to worry about that. Then we can actually have more control over the information that our children get because we don't have the overhead. We don't have to meet everybody else's standards because we have relieved the pressure of ownership. When you own something, right, it throws a whole new light on things. I'm trying to tell y'all, right? Because like I said, we have to do borders. Now, I am putting together an e-course for the younger people, because like in my e-course, y'all already know I'm going off. Right? But I'm putting a course together for the younger people explaining the M7, which is basically in Nguza style, but we call it the M7. But I'm putting it together so that we could go and start using it to help train the younger warriors that's coming through any of our school initiatives. That's what we're doing there. But now we're going to lift up these ancestors. We got Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Tex, Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William, Walter, Christopher Penny, Gaston, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Marco Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis of our Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twigs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallara, Montague Pittman, No More X, Pet Mont Robin, the Shakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, the farmer, Elder Millie Dix, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf West, and Elder Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Thompson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek Gale Pulling, Luxor Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Carley Sr., Ms. Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lance Johnson, Ms. Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Chris Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend J. Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie Smith, Teresa Clay, Mel Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Burt Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Ago Sosu, Cheryl Harvey, Charmaine, Evelyn Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Addie Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Jordan Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keisha Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Real Giles Watson, Spell, Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore. Sparrow, Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Ovina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mae Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Harry Levester, Mae Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amitep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Delma Triggs, Thomas Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ez Murphy, D'Amica Russell, Dean Minares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We got William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Polani, Jim Robertson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Anders Bostic, Anna Bostic, Willie Priest Canterbury, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Gene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooding, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ida Candy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., and Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.G. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jay Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. We got Reverend Roosevelt Word the Purse, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Toure, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Don Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Ellis Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, William and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sonny Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch as Sr., Miley Miller, Housie Hatch, Dan Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Rhoda Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Needy Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cooper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Jabel Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Heston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Hughes Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Urchin Houston, Lloyd Alls, Elijah All, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Betty Barnes, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sanders, Mary Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Lisa Russell, Diane Irvin, Herman Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Neville Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Alver, Masvin Coper, Joyce Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Evans McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. We also have Joanna Giles, James Carswell. We have Roberta Adams, lovingly known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damien Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingle Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross, Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, got Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Robert Scott Sr., the Clinton's uncle, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Deshandra, Lynette Lewis, and Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie Ann Webb, Dan Walton, Alati Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Howards. We got Elijah Warren Hakeem and Coleman. We got Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Cream Mackey. We got Victor Bowden. We got Drusilla Kitty Berger. We got Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Jessica Carl White, Desi Woods, Killar Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Anna Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Wester, Alice Wester, Ivy Wester, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Simone DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Ducky Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Grace, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Charles A. Young, got Sylvester Foster, James Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don. We got Sarah Winston, Chris Kenny, Margaret Mentor, May Smith, Juanette Florine, Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Jenny Callahan, Denny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Reason, Arnett Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Gale, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Pam Johnson, Bill and Reese Fisher, Jerry Johnson McCallop, also known as Mama Moon. Got Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Alba, Donna Brooks, Barbara Mose, Ida Spade, Era Branson, Eric Winston, Dan Brinter, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny. Got Charles Stevenson Jr., King Pleasant, Sarah Keat, Lena Shepard, Bert L. Willen, Mabel Haskins, Wilbur Shepard, Dennis Jackson, William Haskins, Geraldine Jackson, Henry Jackson Sr., Edward Jones. Got Leslie Travis, Charlize Barnes, DeJuan Lewis Taylor, Madeline Yates, June Dandridge, Daisy Wilford, Frederick Smith, James and Amanda Baldwin, Linda Williams, Sally Williams, Vivian Stevenson, Irene Harris, Callie Williams, Arville Scales, Pat Williams, Mrs. Bertha Walker. Got Tony Ogletree, Grandma Marguerite. Got Tracy Emery, Hassan Abdul Razak. Got Vivian Johnson, B.J. Jones. We got Michelle Roberto Monterosa, Chet Word, Mama Rahani, Deborah Michelle Nash, Joseph Lane Miller III, Renoka Rashidi, Bobby Botto, Fred Gatson, Tracy Gatson, Adora Gibson, Elder Simba, Brother Bashir, Tommy Hustle, also known as Tommy the Barber. We got Elder Phil Haynes, Arminta Bradley, Aunt Carol Walker Welsh, Carrie Ann Brooks, Jeremiah Williams, Tony Smith, Antoinette Pinson, Juanita Mosley, Michelle Simons. Got Irene Johnson, Aunt Pauline, Nanny Baker, Ann Dabney, Quincy Yelder, Josiah Miller, we got Brother David Moore, Lisa Smith, Willie Thomas, Devere Fitzgerald, Odessa Bell, Mary Lou Rosello. Family, we have done it again, and we lift up our glass to all of our personal ancestors. Once again, when you need this, tune in. It'll be posted at the top of Gye-Nyame Journey, and you can tune in when you want. It'll also be on YouTube, so you go back to this week, and this week is, we are in the 7th cycle. We are in the week of Kujichagulia. We are in Kwanzaa season. We lift up our glass and we salute and we say Ashe. Going on with, I think she's still mad. All right. So we lift up our glass. We move from our personal ancestors, which is our past, right? Stand on their shoulders. We are firmly standing upon their shoulders, right? We're standing upon the space and the time that they left us, and we have to defend it and expand it and make it better for the next generation. We are in the present moment right now. We are in the week of Kujichagulia. This is Kujichagulia week. We are in this moment, and we're lifting up our glass, and we pledge to do what we need to do in order to expand our our future time, our future space for the next generation. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, we move to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children on to infinity. We say Ashe. Man, can't wait to see what these young people do in the next generation, those that are coming. I can't wait to see what they do. We have to handle our business. From there, family, we move to all of our relations and we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, family, we move to that special toast, right? Toast where we lift up those causes we are supportive of, we send that energy, and also in this moment we want to lift up all of those who might be in need of the balanced energy that we send out here every day and every week here at Gye-Nyame Journey. So we got some people on the list, and those that want to get people on the list, join the email list. So, keep us up. So right now, I want to lift up the Eubanks family. I want to continue lifting up Mama Phyllis Ransom. We got Elder Atiba. We got Elder Debbie Bowie. We got Brother Quasi Lowe. And we got some other people out there that's not on the list that has not been mentioned, but of course they know they are in our hearts and minds. There are plenty of elders that we want to send out energy to. So like I said, right now we lifting up the glass. Time for you. Go ahead. You can speak their name or you can think their name. Lift it up. I got plenty of people that's not on the list that I'm sending energy out to. That positive energy, that energy that can help them grow. We lift them up. Help them heal. We say, thank you, Anime. No more. All right. From there, we're gonna move to that selfish toast. This is you. We're lifting up the glass because if we don't fill our own glass, how are we gonna be able to take care of the world, right? So we lift up our glass. I ask you as I ask you every week. I was asking you every day for 5 years straight. What is it that you need right now in this moment to move towards your greatness? Come on now. What is it? Come on. Come on. Ashe. From there, we're going to lift up our tribe. My tribe is Gye-Nyame, right? You know what I'm saying? Lifting up my tribe, my tribe. What's your tribe? Come on now. Lift it up. I don't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. Lift it up. And we say, Ashe. From there, I want to lift up the most magnificent, most beautiful, most uplifting, the wisest, the most inspirational individual in the room right now. Don't be shy. I'm lifting up my glass to you. Close to you again. I'm lifting it up to you. Come on now. Come on. Yeah, you cold with it. We lift it up and we say, Ashe. And we started with the creator and finally we end with the creator. I'm going to bring in our mythic relic. This was given to us by a phoenix, right? Mythic phoenix egg. How they got it out is perfectly right. I don't know. I don't ask, no questions. He told me it could hatch any time between now and 10,000 years. So I'm expecting that this phoenix is expecting Gye-Nyame to be around for at least another 10,000 years. We got to take care of this eggs. This is our next phoenix here. I don't ask a lot of questions. So we lift it up. We say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, we wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Now, I'm going to sip on this a little bit. Turn on a little bit of music. And also letting you know, coming soon, so stay ready. Stay on it. Right?
Mr. Diddy.